Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Drake. I'm 20 years old, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my twin flame journey and how it happened. I'm going to give you a little summary, the juicy details, and just have you get to know me more and where I've come from and what I've been through on this journey so far. All right, so let's go back to the beginning, shall we? When I was born. No, just kidding. But I met my twin flame in 2017. Ooh, excuse me. Releasing. Her and I, we met. It wasn't really special or mind-blowing like some people have it. It was very peaceful, very grounded, and I just remember I was really comfortable with her, and I wasn't nervous or anything to meet her. But it was awesome because I finally had a face to a name I'd been hearing for a really long time. I met my twin flame through one of our mutual friends, and she had been telling me over and over, like, hey, do you want to meet so-and-so? Do you want to hang out with us? I was always busy or I just wasn't interested, so I never hung out with them. But this day I said, okay, and I met my twin flame that day. So for about 2 or 3 months after that, we didn't really talk. I was just doing my own thing. I was in a weird relationship where this person just didn't want to commit to me. They kept kind of stringing me along, and I was, oh, maybe they'll love me. And it just wasn't going to work out. It was forced, really forced. I was forcing it. So, excuse me again, wow. And I was just done with it by the end of basically when her and I started talking. One night her friend asked me to come hang out with them, and we went, and it was really fun, peaceful, just joking around with each other, and her and I really clicked. We were just very comfortable around each other very fast, and it was awesome. It was really like, don't know how to explain it, but we hung out that night and had a great time. And I think I ended up adding her on Snapchat, and we were talking. So December came, and we hung out even more. And I hung out with my best friend, her friend, and then it was me. And we would always go out almost every night after I got out of work, just hanging out 2, 3 in the morning. They would come over to my house, and we would just have a blast. It was a great time. Lots of awesome memories made. I felt like a kid, to be honest with you. And I was 18 at the time, but I felt younger and just that I could be a child and play. And she had opened up to me about a lot of stuff that was going on in her life, and I was just there listening to her, really giving her that support and the comfort that she was needing. And I just had this desire to really get to know her. Something in my mind kept saying, hey, like, get to know her. This is worth it. There's something here. It was just this voice in the back of my head always telling me. And I remember one day she was sitting here in my chair, just on her phone, all shy, and I looked at her and I realized she was supposed to be in my life for a reason. There was this voice being like, hey, this person's really important, and didn't really know what that meant, but I said, okay, all right. And in the beginning, I wasn't attracted to her. I had no romantic interest. I kept telling myself, oh, I just want to be friends with her. She's not my type. And I would deny. And her friend would always try to set us up and like lock us in rooms and all this stuff. It wasn't crazy, but eventually we ended up getting closer and being more intimate with each other, and just touching each other and hugging, cuddling, kissing. And it was really natural. It kind of happened just naturally. There was nothing bad involved. I remember one day we were just laying down and I told her, I said, "Can I kiss you?" And we did. And it wasn't crazy. It wasn't like boom boom, but we did. And then from there it was just that was the okay, well we're something more than friends now basically. And we just kept hanging out every day. Every day we saw each other. And I met her family, and it was just felt really comfortable. Like something was different in this relationship that previously I hadn't experienced in all my other relationships. And I just kept denying it. No, I'm not interested in her, blah, 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 blah. Even when we were intimate and doing all this other stuff, my mind was trying to convince me that I didn't love her, that I didn't want to do anything with her. And I just remember being just nervous and not scared, but when we would be intimate, there was just a lot of fears that came up. And I told her, I said, I can't do this. I just want to be friends with you. I don't want to be intimate, or we can still be intimate, but I just want to be your friend, and I don't really have feelings for you. And she said, okay, whatever. And that didn't last for long. She was talking to this guy, and I saw it right away, and someone was like, no, that person's mine. And I told her, I said no. I pulled her in the bathroom. I looked straight at her and I said, I don't want to be friends with you. And that's when I knew that something was up. So from, I think it was the beginning of January to April, everything was really, really smooth and smooth sailing, lots of peaceful, amazing memories, just no upsets, just peaceful. And then in the beginning of August, I started like freaking out really badly, just feeling crazy and shaky and lots of anxiety. And I didn't know what was going on at the time. I was just scared, and my mind would always try to bring up these thoughts of, oh, do I love her or do I not? Do I want to be with her or do I not? And it would just be me going back and forth with myself, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it was just making me crazy. And I remember in April, I like broke up with her, and that didn't last for long, but I will never forget this either. We had this, I think it was 2-day break or something, where we tried to be not together, and we saw each other again and we kissed, and it was like my whole body exploded into, I was just like, have you ever seen like a sonic blast or something in the solar system where it's just, the solar blast? I don't know how to explain that, but that's what it felt like. I felt like my energy had just like shattered the windows or something, and it was just, at the same time I was freaking out. Ego was, oh my, get this person away from me, like, it was being loved. It was being loved purely, and I was never used to that. But yeah, I never had a kiss like that in my life, and I'll never forget that feeling. And it was beautiful. And so April, we got back together, and for 2 months after that, it was just smooth sailing. And then that's when the upset started happening, and it was so rapid. It was just arguing all the time, irritation all the time. I was triggered all the time, stressed out, triggered, sad. I felt like I was in a whirlwind of emotions basically all the time. I never could catch a break. It was either I was in my mind or in my heart. When I was in my heart, everything was peaceful and I felt alive. But as soon as I would go into my mind, things would just go crazy. I thought there was something medically wrong with me. So I went and saw my specialist. I even saw a neurologist. Spent $600 on these glasses because they said that something was messed up with my eye, and that's why I was acting the way I was acting. But in reality, I was just with my twin flame, and not really having the tools to maintain that was going crazy. But there was one day, and I will never forget this day either, is where I was sitting on the couch with my friend, and she basically looked at me and said, "Do you love this person? Are you in love with this person?" And I looked at her and I said, "I am." And I just cried. I cried. I released so much. I was crying, laughing, and it felt so good. It was just like this wave of relief had washed over me. I had finally found the answer that I'd been juggling with. Do I love this person? Do I not? Is it love? Is it lust? But I finally found it, and I called her up and I told her, and I said, "I love you." I told her this before in person, but I don't think my soul actually meant it until that day. Like, it wasn't real for me until that day, until I realized. And so that's one of the most memorable moments. And then another moment too was this is really funny. We were being intimate, and I heard this voice. It was really quiet, but it was clear, and it said clearly, "This is the one. This is the one." And I freaked out. I just started saying, What are you saying? What do you mean? What do you mean? This is the one. I'm 18. How do you know this? Blah blah blah." And sure enough, yeah, that voice was God telling me that this person's my twin flame. So during the upset phase, I was looking up soulmates because I said, okay, well, maybe soulmates make you go crazy, because I heard that soulmates make you relive your old past traumas and stuff like that. So I looked it up, and some of it resonated with me, but it wasn't really working out that way. So I went to the related, and twin flames came up. So I clicked on it and I read it, and I said, oh, this makes sense. Okay, this is what I'm going through. And I kind of sighed, which, okay, so this is what it is. But the upsets just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I wanted to fix myself, because I was saying to myself, this is the woman I'm in love with. This is the person I want to be with for the rest of my life. I don't care how young I am. I don't care. I want to be with her. I want to be with her so badly, but nothing is working out. Why is it not working out? And I had all these thoughts. Is this a toxic relationship? Is this not supposed to work? Am I wrong? All these thoughts running through my mind, and it was just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And I didn't know what to do, because I was in love with this person, and I wasn't being myself. I wasn't treating her correctly. I wasn't treating myself correctly. I was seeing her as a source of my happiness, as a source of love. And when you do that with your twin flame, it doesn't work out. Codependency never works. But so it was just agitating us, and the energy in your union is not good. And so I think it was the day after my birthday, we broke up, because it was just, the upsets were too much to handle. And that day, it was horrible. That whole month was horrible. I literally felt like this part of me had been ripped out, just torn. It was in so much pain. I was crying every day. I didn't know why I was crying so badly, because I had been through breakups before, but it had never been this bad. It never hurt this bad. After a week, I was, okay, all right, I guess you gotta move on, and I eventually forgot about them. But with her, it was just, she was in my mind all the time. And the universe would constantly be reminding me of her. Constantly. So something said, look on YouTube, how to get your ex back. And I just started looking up how to get your ex back, how to do this, blah, blah, blah. Will they come back? How do I better myself? Just all that, because I was saying, I need to love myself, but I want this person. And I felt like I had to do more work. I had to grow, because we weren't aligned. That's how I was feeling. And I said, well, maybe in the future, her and I will be together when we worked more stuff out, we've healed, blah, blah, blah. And as I was looking up the how to be with your ex, Twin Flames popped up. And it was one of Jeff and Shaleia's videos. And I looked at it, and I watched it, and I said, oh my God. And a light bulb just went off. It clicked in my head. I said, these people know what they're talking about. And I've been experiencing all of this. And luckily enough, they had the open forum, so there was some sort of support, and I just joined the open forum. And this was about a month after her and I had broken up, and I just was relieved. I said, wow, this is like what I've been waiting for. This is the information that I needed when we were together. And it just, everything clicked. And they taught this tool, the mirror exercise, where it's basically taking an upset outside of you that's, you know, in your reality, and bringing it into yourself and healing that and loving yourself in that area. Because if you don't already know, your reality is reflecting exactly what's inside of you, your inner reality. So they basically taught me how to heal that. And as I started doing the work, and, you know, I wasn't really sure if this person was my twin flame or not, but I felt it in my heart that they were. And as I started doing the work, I joined Twin Flame Ascension School. I will have the links down below to the mirror exercise, to Ascension School, everything. And she contacted me again, and we came back together, and it was just, okay, yes, this is my twin flame. And she revealed herself to me as being my twin flame, and it was beautiful. And, you know, the upsets were coming up, but I had the tools this time, so I was more prepared. I was there, and I finally allowed myself to heal my relationship with God, because your relationship with your twin flame is your relationship with God, basically. It kind of reflects that. And the whole point of the twin flame journey is to get to know yourself, to get to know God better, to get to know love better. And so that's what I did. And it's been about 1.5 years now since I've joined the farm. I am a certified ascension coach, which means I get to help people and coach people through their upsets that they're having with their twin flame. I get to help people, and that's just, it's a beautiful thing. And I just don't know where I would be if I hadn't found this work. You know, I'd probably be in a crazy place, in a straitjacket somewhere, just muttering my twin flame's name or something. Probably not, but I would have been a mess. And, you know, since coming across this work, my life has been changing drastically. You know, my twin flame and I went to not talking, and, you know, we're talking now. We're still getting there. We're still building the foundation, but I'm doing the mirror exercise. I'm doing the work. And it's just so much peace. And I realize just how one we are. We're one person. For those of you who don't know, your twin flame is basically you. They're you, and just in a different body, but they're your consciousness. And so every choice that you're making, every thought, it's just them, and they mirror that to you. So she's just mirroring, just being herself, mirroring my consciousness, and I'm healing it. And it's been a ride. It's been bumpy, not gonna lie, but it's beautiful, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I'm so glad that I was privileged enough to meet my twin flame at a young age, and just experience this, and being able to find my life purpose and help other people too. You know, starting the work early. And what I didn't realize too, before I met my twin flame, I called her in unconsciously. I was talking to my friend, and I said, I want to have a relationship with God. I want to get to know God more, have a relationship with myself. I want to become more spiritual. And so essentially I was calling her in, because your twin flame is your quickest way to ascension. So I called that in. I was ready for that amount of love. And, you know, it's been great ever since. It's been a ride, and I love it. I love every single second of it. It's awesome. So if you're watching this to the end, thank you. I appreciate it. This is my first YouTube video. I'm not really in the camera a lot, so it means a lot that you watched. And comment below any suggestions you have, any questions. I'm going to be making tons more videos. I want to connect with you guys, get to know you guys, anything. And so if you met your twin flame, if you want to meet your twin flame, if you just want to upgrade your life, let me know, and I will help you out. But okay, so this is me. This is my twin flame journey so far. This is what I've experienced. Thank you all for watching, and I am looking forward to putting out more content and just educating you guys more on twin flames, spirituality, God, whatever you want to see. Like I said, let me know in the comments below and I will do it. I'm ready. So see you later.